Hey Pisces, how are you today? My name is Sherilyn and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one will be for Monday, September 8th through Thursday, September 11th. I'll be back on Wednesday to do bonus readings to get you through the weekend. This is a new deck my friend sent me, so I'm getting used to it right now, but we're working through it. This is the Halloween deck, okay? So let's see what we get for my Pisces. Okay, for the Pisces. Okay, Pisces, where are we going this time? What do we got? We're starting with the Two of Swords, okay? Followed by the Nine of Swords. And in the challenge position, we have the Ace of Cups. That's your backstory or your recent past. Currently, I have you with the, what do we got? Queen of Cups, followed by the Sun card. And then we got the Five of Wands, okay? In the near future, we are looking at the Strength card, followed by Judgment, and then we have the Ace of Wands. All right, bottom of the deck for this reading, Pisces, is actually the Moon. So let's see. Right off the bat, you could be, the signs that are out here anyways. We have Leo. I have Pisces and Pisces in this one. And then this one would be more Leo, right? The sun would be Leo again. There you go. So you could be dealing with a Leo or Pisces, another Pisces, or it could be heavy in their chart. We'll start with that. The Moon on the bottom of the deck tells me that whatever the situation is you're currently thinking about, the situation that's on your mind that we're talking about here, this is definitely something where you're not quite seeing everything clearly, okay? You're just not. You need to get grounded and try to look at things more realistically so you can get a better picture of what's really going on, okay? Because it's just not crystal clear to you, okay? The card at the center of this read is the Sun. So with the Sun at the center of the read, I get the feeling that things are being illuminated to you here lately, which makes me feel like maybe you not seeing things clearly is kind of a choice. You know, sometimes if you don't like what's in front of you, you just choose not to see it. And so that might be kind of what we're dealing with here, okay? But we'll see how they play in. So, for starters, we got the recent past where I have the Two of Swords, followed by the Nine of Swords, and the challenge here was the Ace of Cups. So there was a decision that needed to be made when it came to something. Doesn't even have to be with love, really, because it's all swords. But there was some sort of decision you needed to make as far as a choice, going one way or the other. You stressed out about it, over the top, just stress and anxiety, and I don't think you ever made the decision. Okay, the challenge here was an opportunity, a new opportunity in love. But because you couldn't make the decision, I don't know that you've got a chance to go after this opportunity in love. You just couldn't get grounded and make the decision, it looks like. Okay, so this is your recent past, but at any rate. Now we're in the current. Currently, I have you with the Queen of Cups and the Sun. And the challenge right here is going to be the Five of Wands. So you're presenting here as the Queen of Cups. That's fine. Queen of Cups, you're comfortable there. You're nurturing, you're loving, you're very intuitive. You're very maternal. Your biggest drawback is that you can be far too empathetic. You know what I'm saying? You can try to excuse people's bad behavior because you don't want to have arguments or something. There we go. The Sun is things being illuminated to you, I believe. And with the Five of Wands, it's caused you to have this internal conflict where you're just unclear on which direction to go right now. You're very conflicted. So it's some kind of a battle between your head and your heart, huh? All right, that's what I got right this second. What do we got in the near future? I've got the Strength card and Judgment. And then the obstacle here is the Ace of Wands. So it's taking a huge amount of strength for you to just keep life between the lines right this second here in the near future, I guess. You need to call judgment on something, and it's taking a lot of strength for you to do that. You're not big on judging people like that, on calling judgment in situations. You just assume walk away and not deal with it at all. But in this one situation, it looks like you're supposed to stand up for yourself, really, and call judgment on whatever's happened here. The Ace of Wands being in the challenge position. In this situation, I think that has to do with you not knowing how to deal with the passions and the anger that come with this whole calling judgment situation here. You would really much rather just walk away than have to be the center of something calling judgment on somebody. But that's, for some reason, that's the lesson that they're trying to teach you here, is how to stand up for yourself, I think. I don't know, that's what I'm getting. Okay, behind the moon, I have the Tower and the Hierophant. So it's quite possible that this was a higher level of commitment that you had with this person at one time. And the Tower has fallen due to the fact that it was built on a faulty foundation. There was just deception at play at some point here. What else do we got? So then I've got the Star card. This one would be the Ten of Wands. And then we got the Death card. So the Star card says that you are somebody who continues to hold on to hope and faith in everything, you know what I'm saying, which is a good thing. That's a plus, okay? You do know things are going to get better. You always try to see the best in people. That's all wonderful. With the Ten of Wands here, this is just turning into a heavy burden, though, because you are the only one holding on to hope and faith in this situation. The other person is not. So you're carrying the whole thing on your shoulders, and that's not fair. That is something that has to change with the Death card. So it doesn't mean that this situation has to die out completely, but it means that the way that it is right now, it needs to die out so that it can be different, right? It has to transform to be successful. If it can't transform, then it cannot be successful. Because the way it is right now, it's too much on you and they're not pulling their weight. So that becomes an issue, right? Okay, we'll get 3 more and do the days of the week. I've got the 2 of Wands. That's the 4 of Cups. And then we get the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups would say that you have plenty of other options. They're just not ones you necessarily want, but they are there, okay? With the 4 of Cups, it's all about you starting to realize that you are not satisfied in this situation. It's been disappointing and it's been dissatisfying. You know, it's disillusioned you. It's just not, this person's not holding up their end of the bargain is what's happening here, okay? And a relationship is never supposed to be something where you carry it all on yourself. I mean, it's supposed to be 2 of you cut together, right? At any rate. 2 of Wands is you needing to make a final decision here as far as whether you want to continue on this road or go on a different road. No judgment from me if you decide to stay on this road. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you see that there's going to be a change or you think you can handle this for the long run, then so be it. That is your call to make, not mine. You know what I'm saying? You're in your situation, not me. I'm just telling you what the cards say. Okay, but there is a final decision that needs to be made here before too long. Okay, what do we got for the days of the week? Monday, you've got Temperance and Justice. So, you are feeling certain that justice will play out here and the scales will be balanced in time. And it looks like you are willing to put forward a great deal of patience towards this situation. Tuesday, I have the 2 of Pentacles and then the Chariot. So there's some sort of an imbalance here. We already talked about that, right? You putting in all the work and them not carrying enough of the weight. But anyways, with the Chariot, it looks like you are still convinced that you still want to go forwards, how this is looking, despite the fact that there's an imbalance. Okay. Wednesday, we have the 3 of Swords, which would be Heartbreak, and the Hermit. So it looks like something happens between Tuesday and Wednesday that makes you try to pull your energy back to reassess the situation because you are feeling somewhat heartbroken. And Thursday, I have the, what do you got? 10 of Swords. Oh boy. 10 of Swords and then the Page of Swords. So it looks like on Thursday you feel as though you've been betrayed for one reason or another. With the Page of Swords, I believe you're trying to keep tabs on this person so you can figure out if there's a way to prove it. Because I get the feeling you're feeling like you've been betrayed, but you don't have proof yet. So you have a notion, your intuition is screaming at you, but you're looking for proof. All right. Well, this is what I have for you, Pisces. Like I said, if you choose to stay on the roller coaster and keep riding it, that is completely you have the ability to make that decision. And if that's what you want to do, then that's what you should do. I don't know that that's necessarily what I would recommend, but I'm not in your shoes. You got to do what makes you happy, right? Who knows? Maybe you can switch this up. Maybe this person can grow and change. Maybe. You got to get grounded and look at it realistically and figure that part out. Okay? All right, there we go. No matter what the cards say, go out there and make it the best week you possibly can. I will be back on Wednesday, and that's it. I mean, if you decide to stay in this, I will be 100% behind you, wishing you the very best. I will. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you.